Morning, recently returned from the Afghan War. He is a member of the Farmington Veterans of Foreign Wars. Please welcome Justin Bernier. Good morning. Thank you for the honor and privilege of speaking at today's Memorial Day ceremony. Like many towns across Connecticut, we gather here to honor soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen whose heroic sacrifices we can never fully repay. When asked how he became a war hero, President John F. Kennedy had a very simple answer. It's easy. They sank my boat. Today we meet on this hill to remember a special breed of heroes, those who gave their lives for us. We use parades and prayers to mark the occasion, and we use flags and heartfelt words to show our respect. Today is also a time to celebrate the lives of these Americans. This afternoon, many of us will gather with friends and family at home or in the park. This tradition is part of how we remember those who sacrificed for this country. We must not forget that today is also a day for us to set aside disagreements and come together as a nation. Memorial Day had its beginnings after the Civil War, as communities honored those who died in that terrible conflict. This special day is now used to remember those who have fallen in all wars, including those ongoing in Iraq and Afghanistan. We pay special attention to the fallen who lived in this community. One of those individuals is Eric Palawoda, a classmate of mine at Farmington High School. Captain Eric Palawoda was killed in action on January 2nd, 2004 from a mortar attack on his base in Iraq. He commanded Company B of the 4th Engineer Battalion, 4th Infantry Division, the Iron Horse Division. Some of you may remember Eric as a popular student and a basketball standout, but he was a 28-year-old officer in the U.S. Army when he gave his life for his country. The sacrifices of Eric and others lead to a very important question. What can we do to honor their service in a lasting and meaningful way? What can we do to ensure that their sacrifices are not in vain? We already know that we owe these heroes a day of honor. They are heroes because they gave their lives for something bigger than themselves. They died to keep us safe in a world that can be violent and unpredictable. The men and women we honor today died to preserve our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So what do we owe them? Wartime has often brought our country together. During World War II, our nation united to defeat fascism in Europe and the Depression at home. When we were united, this country overcame great challenges. Today, our country faces challenges of a different kind. We are fighting 2 counterinsurgency wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and we face a sustained terrorist threat at home for the first time in U.S. history. We also face a tremendous threat to our standard of living. Overspending in Washington and joblessness in every state undermines the foundation of this nation's economic strength. Our government now owes more than it did at the end of World War II. These threats create a bleak outlook. Today, most Americans believe that things are getting worse instead of better. Many Americans have a feeling that our country is in trouble. This feeling is in the gut and it lingers. It causes fear and fuels division. We are divided as a nation today. The political infighting seems endless. But this doesn't mean that Americans have given up. Not a chance. Americans may have lost faith in today's politics, but they have not lost faith in America. And we better not, because we have a responsibility to keep that faith. We have a responsibility to soldier on. We owe it to the heroes we honor today to make a sincere effort at unity. We owe them nothing less. Look again over there at the Soldiers' Monument. Remember what it honors. It honors men from this area who died to keep this country together. The memorial was dedicated in 1916 and funded by Captain Nathaniel Hayden, a veteran of the 16th Regiment Connecticut Volunteers who was wounded at Antietam. We owe it to every fallen veteran to unite as a nation and tackle the tremendous challenges we face. Terrorism at home, the national debt, joblessness, cynicism, Americans can fix any problem if we are united. And when we unite, there is no doubt that America can and will renew itself. We will recover as a nation economically, and we will build a stronger and safer country for our children. Peace and prosperity is never guaranteed, but unity and a common purpose will give us the best opportunity to succeed. So as we move forward today, remember that we owe something to the people we memorialize today, something greater than a single day of observation. We have a responsibility to unite and to overcome the challenges facing our country, their country. We also have a responsibility to be proud. Be proud in knowing that you are an American. And be proud of the people who have laid down their lives for you without ever having known your name. Be confident that America will renew itself again if we pull together and show some of that famous American grit. That is the only way that we can truly repay the men and women who died for this country. So let us begin to renew that American spirit today, in our words and in our deeds. Thank you, God bless you, and always remember our fallen veterans and their families.